It's Maya with Mommy LLC. Welcome back to the channel. I help busy women find skills that they can monetize online and get more hours back in their day, especially using AI to automate their business. So, where we left off at the last video was a lot of people had been, and I don't know if this resonates with anybody, but you see videos online and people are telling you that you can use AI to make money. You can make money online. You should work from home. You should start a business. You should do this. And you're like, okay, but where do I start? Whichever AI like agent that you feel comfortable with, whether it's Claude or ChatGPT, you can just take this prompt that I put in here, and it's, can you give me questions that I can, and just so you guys know, this that I put in here was, I spoke it into the chat. I didn't text it in. So you can use the little microphone icon and just talk this into. But it says, can you give me questions that I can ask myself if I was trying to figure out skills that I have that I can monetize online? And you see that there's a little bit of grammatical error because, again, I was talking it in and not typing it in. But it's supposed to say, I don't mean skills that would be found on my resume. I'm talking about life skills that I would have learned over the years that could be valuable and that people would really pay for. And something that I could start with little to no money in the next 30 days. So that's what I put into Claude. And this is what Claude told me back. So you can just kind of take a second, look over this. And this is the point where you would probably want to just kind of pause the video, go over these questions, answer them. For the purpose of just the demonstration, I'm just going to use like an example. But I want you guys to really answer these just truthfully and honestly. Take some time to, to really answer them outside of the video. But what I'm going to put, answering, things you do faster or better than most people, knowledge from the past job or hobby, what would people pay for, and this down here, something you could start with $0 in 30 days specifically. So what could I package as a single PDF, as a checklist, or as a short video that solves one narrow problem? And could I offer this as a free trade for testimonies to my first 3 to 5 people before ever charging? Is there a free platform that I could post this on? So this right here, I think, is also super interesting. So I feel like, because I have tested out some of this AI stuff, because I do use it in my business, I do have a couple of reviews. I haven't really been asking. I think I need to ask for more reviews actually. And because I do have a free guide that I created, I think that I'm going to act like I didn't create a checklist. And I think what I'm going to say is, so I think what I'm going to do is I am going to put in here that, and this is actually not my story. This is a friend of mine. This is a friend of my story. Matter of fact, let me use the microphone feature instead of typing, so that way you guys can see that. My husband is in the military, and we have to move every couple of years. I have moving down to a science, and I'm actually really good at organizing, packing, and unpacking. I'm so good at it that when family and friends are about to move or even trying to have a yard sale, I'm the first one that they call, period. Is this something that I could monetize online and actually brand as a business? Question mark. So that's what we're going to put. Let's hit send. And this is the free version of Claude, by the way. I have the paid version of ChatGPT and Claude, but when I do these demonstrations, I like to use the free version because most people are going to be using the free version, and I want y'all to see like a realistic, I want you to have realistic expectations of how quickly you'll get answers, what type of answers you'll get. I don't want you to think that these answers I'm getting are because I'm paying a fee every month. This is the free version. Okay. So this is the answer it's giving me. Yes, this is a genuinely strong idea. And honestly, it's a better market than most people's answer to that brainstorm because military spouses are a tight connected, high niche that talk to each other constantly. Why it works. So it gives you all of this information about why it works, who you should target, how to think about it. 0 to 30 days using what you already know and how to do it. Week 1, build one tight PDF about packing, purging, a timeline checklist. You already work in Canva for this kind of thing. Free or very cheap, $5 to $9 as your entry offer. That's what they're suggesting that or your price point should be for that. And it has, week to week, what you should do. It already has everything like laid out. And then it says, one thing worth deciding early. Do you want this to live under Mommy LLC or standalone as its own brand? That changes how you name or position anything. And I'm going to say, no, this was a separate idea. I was using this as an example in a tutorial. All right. As you can see, ChatGPT is giving us a similar answer as Claude. It's just going into a little bit more detail and giving a lot more options of things you should ask yourself. Actually, the list is a lot longer. Sheesh. Wow. And because this is a free version, you're going to see ads. I have the paid version, and I don't see ads on the paid version, but y'all going to have to see. Sorry, y'all going to have to see it. Now, again, even though I'm on my other account, it still recognizes me, and it's still going to mention Mommy LLC, which is why it's saying that. But you get the point. It's asking like all of these questions. So it really helps you take a deep dive. So by the time you start to ask yourself these kind of questions, and again, you don't have to answer these questions yourself. As you're answering the questions, you're typing them into either ChatGPT or Claude and hitting enter and then letting them feed back to you information to help you narrow down what you want to do. So if we're in Claude, which of those would actually help for the tutorial? The script, outline, or visual to show while you talk? Okay. So I'm going to say, if you want, I can help tighten this into an actual teaching example. No, Claude, I don't need you to do all that. Can you show an example of what a $5 PDF would look like that was about purging, organizing, etc. Okay, so as you can see, I asked if it can give me an example of what the PDF would look like. Okay. All right, you guys. So I had edited out the waiting period. It was it's about 3.5 minutes it took for everything. Let's see. All right. So let me see if I can X out of that. So go down here. So some of the name options, the PCS playbook, the PCS checklist code, the PCS made simple, squared away PCS. And they gave some military flavored options. Semper Pact, Operation Organized, Mission Move, some skilled jargon, the Purge and Pact method, boxed and ready, moved with a plan. So the example for the $5 checklist is the Purge and Pact Countdown checklist. Here's our checklist. This is $5, you guys. This is something you can actually sell. This is going to be a PDF. Can I make this bigger? I should be able to make this bigger. Okay. Ooh, there we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. Look how nice this looks. Now I would probably play around with the color palette a little bit, but just for like a first draft, look at that. 3.5 minutes. I think it's 5 pages. 5 pages, yeah. It's 5 pages, including a bonus page for a 1 weekend yard sale. And if I'm not mistaken, there's an app option right there to download it, right there. PCS, Claude told us that PCS stood for, okay. Claude said PCS stood for permanent change of station. It says military spouses on Facebook, subreddit groups, and PCS communities. They're permanent change of station communities. That's what PCS stands for. Okay, gotcha. I just wanted to find that out because I was like, okay, I wasn't sure where that came from. Okay, so just by typing that in, your PCS purge checklist has been created. So you not only have the name of your company, if you're this individual, you have the name of the business, you have your first product. If you watched my last video, well, let me not say my last video because depending on what order I put this up, it could be the video after this. But look for my video that goes over how to use Lovable. Lovable is an AI platform that will help you create a landing page for your business in minutes. Okay. I'm also going to be creating a video going over Stand Store. Stand Store is a digital storefront for digital products only. There are no physical products sold on it. So the PCS, the checklist that we just created here, would be something that could be sold on Stand Store. It's also something that could be sold on Etsy. There are plenty of Etsy stores that sell digital products. So you have your first digital product if you were this person. So insert yourself in this example that we just went over and just follow the same method. So it might not be you that's good at organizing. You might be someone who knows how to feed a family on a small budget, and you might have all of these great recipes, for under $10. You might be somebody who has been able to, I don't know, like do a lot of DIY projects. As a woman, as a stay-at-home mom, or as a whatever, you know what I mean, just being able to refurbish things and reuse things. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be something you went to school for. It does not have to be something that you were paid a salary or an hourly wage for. But what I'm saying is, to those women who feel like they've been out of the workforce for years because they've raised their children, or you're still raising your children and you're out of the workforce now, you still have skills that will pay you while you're home raising your babies. Okay, and I'm going to show you how you can do that. So this kind of thing is for everybody. It's for all of us, y'all. Okay, so until next time, thank you. Y'all take care. Bye.